So we're back here for another Campfire Stories series. And as you know, I'm Anna. I'm here from Rabbit Hill Snow Resort, and you can find us in southwest Edmonton on the banks of the beautiful North Saskatchewan River. Now, today's interview is a brilliant one because without Stewart Stelter and his family, this business would not be around. And so we're going to delve in today on how this came about with our landlords. Hello, Stewart.
Hi.
Nice to have you with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course, you live just up the hill, so you basically almost see your house from here.
Yes.
But I really wanted to chat to you today and get an idea on how this all came about, because it really is quite strange if you think about it.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So you are farmers here, and I think have farmed this area for quite some time.
My great-grandfather come from Russia in 1900.
Came from Russia?
Yes.
Wow.
And he homesteaded where I live up on the, I'm 2 miles away from the hill here.
Right.
And he homesteaded, so I'm fourth generation farm there. And this land was purchased a little bit later, but through the family, through my grandpa.
Yeah.
Not the great-grandpa, but my grandpa purchased this farm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
wow.
so we've been here forever.
Yeah, very much so. And so this little corner here, this section was what Bob Sutherland saw when he was canoeing down the river.
Yes.
Back in the 50s.
Yes.
And at that time, he was an avid skier who was looking to create his own little ski area.
Yeah.
And he saw this land and thought, that looks like an amazing place to put a ski resort.
Yes.
Now, what transcribed later, only a few people are still around to know, and it sounds like your mother, Bernice,
Yes.
was in on the conversation that Bob had with your dad, Don. Is that right?
Yes, but she can't remember. She's 90 today,
Oh, okay.
and she can't remember much, but she did go back to the beginning of times, and they had a lot of interactions with Bob and the families. The two families were young,
Yeah.
and she just talked all about how they got along very well at the beginning and how this all transpired, and she does remember Bob cutting a lot of the trees with an axe down here. Then later, after he brought a cat in then later, but he had the will to get a ski hill going, she said. So,
do you think it was a surprise to your parents to be getting this knocking on the door kind of ask?
Oh, absolutely. This was we just grazed the cattle down here. We couldn't farm it. The hills are steep.
Yeah.
And it was probably a big talk of the whole community, right? A ski hill. Yeah. It was just farmland and pasture land.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
And of course, it went ahead. This was Bob's dream, his vision. And like you say, he was out here sort of blood, sweat and tears, as it were, clearing and getting things done. And we know from a lot of the history here that it's sort of gradually built, that they had very small infrastructure at first and then obviously added and put the lodge and the chairlift, etc. So as you were growing up in this area, what do you remember about seeing the hill grow?
As the hill grew, well, we all did work down here as we were young.
Okay.
And my family did run the hill in the 70s. And we all worked down here. My sister even met her husband. He was a ski patrol. And it was just a big part of the family. And as the hill perspired, it just got bigger as the years went on.
Yeah. So are you a skier yourself?
Yes, I am.
Do you come out very often?
Not so much no more, but I did do a lot of skiing and grew up on skis here, yes. Yeah.
So any epic wipeout stories, Stuart? Any days of...
The glory days, there used to be big race jumps like slalom, and we all raced, and that was the big fun, the big jumps. And of course at night we'd be tubing after it closed, and lots of fun.
Yeah, so having basically a winter playground in your backyard.
Yeah, it was all good time.
Love that.
Yeah.
And so obviously you're a neighbour to us. You see the snowmaking going on, you see the change of the seasons. Obviously the lights are probably aglow for most of the time. What's it like being a neighbour to a ski hill?
It's good, and as the traffic gets more and more, it's good. Though the ski hill has provided jobs for the community, and it's a good thing for the community, and it's good to live near the ski hill.
Well, we obviously look forward to continuing to build this and to innovate and to start seeing those young families that are moving into Edmonton as the city grows come out here. And although to a lot of people it feels like sort of the wilderness almost,
Yeah.
very rural. We're not that far away at all from the city, and like you say, those cars are driving past your driveway to get here. So we are going to do our best to continue and drive those kids that are coming for their school lessons, and those families that are coming here to ski for their first time sometimes. So what we also like to ask you here is there been anything weird that's happened here over the years that you can think of?
Well, there's some things I can't talk about,
Okay.
but they did film. They did film. It was bad Santa, but it was a white buffalo pulling Santa on a sleigh, and they did do a movie on top of the hill here,
really?
and it's one of those movies. But it wasn't a good Santa.
Okay.
It was a bad Santa. But it was a white buffalo. They had an actual white buffalo pulling a sleigh, and so that was pretty neat. And,
Roughly how long ago was that?
oh, it must be 15, 20 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, we have not heard that one yet, so that's a great behind the scenes. Thank you. We're loving to hear all these things. If there was one word that sums up being here in this area and living where we live for you, what would that be?
Peaceful, like looking over the bank. I'll be working the land or farming or just doing anything, and I'll stop and just look over the bank. It's something about it's calming. The river valley, and it's just a peaceful thing and calming.
Love that.
Yeah.
You're not the only one to say peaceful. This is a common word, so we're really enjoying that. Love it. Okay. And I'm going to also ask you about the community itself. So I know you've talked about your family, and I'm sure probably a lot of your friends also had come and skied here, but it feels like a community at Rabbit Hill. Do you feel that as well?
Oh, definitely. Through the whole years, I still got friends. We've been friends for 40 years. We used to do lifts together and snow make, and it's been a big part of the community as us younger guys grew up. But everybody in the community almost has worked here, close by. So it has been a major part of the community, and it's so good for the kids to work here and to grow relations. And it was a fun thing to do back then. It wasn't really a job. It was it was a fun job to do. You know,
didn't feel like going to work.
No, never did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Stewart, we're very glad that your parents, Don and Bernice, took the risk on Bob and his crazy idea. And had you not, this would not be here today. And we've obviously hit our 70-year mark, which is fantastic. We're looking forward to beating that by some, hopefully doubling it even.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. We wanted to honour that and say that we know that you are a huge part of why this is working, you and your family. And then we thought we would just finish off with a bit of rapid fire questions.
Sure.
So the first thing that comes to your mind is the right answer. Here we go. Ski or snowboard?
Ski.
Perfect. Chairlift or T-bar?
Chairlift.
Chairlift. Powder or groomers?
Groom.
Love it. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Oh. Poutine or chicken fingers?
Poutine.
Oh, no hesitation here. And snow in your boots or snow down your back?
Snow in the boots.
Snow in the boots. Perfect. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Stuart.
Thank you.
It's been wonderful to chat to you tonight, and we look forward to keeping you in touch with everything that's going on here.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.